to be here. It's so much, such a great feeling with the energy, with the love and the support of each other. I am just so blessed, so glad that I got the opportunity to meet Miss Whitney. And look, we talked on the phone and talked like we were just knew each other, longtime friends, and just got connected again. So I wanted to share this. First of all, this is my baby. This is my first memoir, my first book, my memoir. And this has been like 20 years ago coming. Everybody kept saying, you know, even prophecies, you need to put your book out, you need to put your story out. And I even felt it in my spirit. But COVID last year, you know, sat me down and through everything and the help with the therapist, I opened back up my life journey from 5 years old until now. And so this is me. This is the only picture that I have of myself when I was adopted. So I don't have any baby pictures. I don't have any previous of what, you know, who I was, who, you know, my birth certificate was all changed and everything like that. So this was a memento of, you know, where it started. But you would read how it got started. So I wanted to tell you that real quickly, the chapters, just to give you guys a little bit insight of the first chapter is the unwanted gift. The journey of my life begins. Is this God's plan for my life? Kind of sound familiar. Searching for love, solid pain, becoming me, accepting me, and that's it. So I wanted to share real quickly, empowering you guys, how I came up with accept and embrace it all. So that's my logo, that's my motto. It's Kimberly and Bell. I never knew previously, you know, I am Clark. I do know my biological parents. My biological father is dead now, but the outcome, you'll have to read the book. I still don't have a relationship with my biological mother. Always wanted it, but it's just the way it is, you know. But how I came up with this accept and embrace it all is accept that here, what has happened back then, and accepting my journey was for me. It was for me not to be silent, not to fear, not to be anxious, not to be in turmoil, not to feel that rejection, but accept that abandonment was there. Accept that it did hurt. Accept that some things was not my fault. Accept that child molestation helped the first start of my sexuality. Accept some of the sexual contacts with me through a family member in my adopted home that was supposed to be protected confused me. Accept that it was disappointing. Accept that I was misdiagnosed from PTSD to mild retardation. Accept that statistics said and paperwork said that I would not read or write effectively. Accept that on paper it said that when I had children, I was going to be more entitled to give them away or abuse them. Accept that there were going to be learning disability. Accept that there were failed marriages. Accept that my first sexual relationship or intercourse wasn't what I really wanted, but it happened. And out of that first intercourse, I got pregnant at 15. Accept that before I turned 16, my childhood stopped. Accept that no more birthday parties came after that because I was told I was a woman. So accept that I tried to put my foot in a woman's place at 16 and do everything that I was supposed to do as a woman. Accept that I dropped out of school at 11th grade because I didn't know what else to do but support and be a woman. Support my child. Accept that that was my mentality, that was my mindset, that I was determined to do what I had to do when I was put in position to do. Except that I got married. My first marriage by someone saying, I will sign for you. Because he will take care of you and 2 kids before I turn 18 years old. Because you don't shack, you get married. Except that marriage did not even fulfill a whole year. Except I walked into another marriage searching for love for a man that was 11 years older than me. Except that that wasn't the first one. I went through 4 failed marriages because I thought my expectation of being in a Christian home, you don't live with a partner, you get married. And whoever accepts you, you accept them without even knowing yourself or knowing you. Except that I had 4 children, 4 adult children that I raised, and my past did not define me. Except this is where I came from with that logo of accepting. Accepting that, yes, I was a gift. Might have been unwanted to some of those people, but that wasn't my problem. That wasn't my fault. Then I came up with the embrace. Embrace that I'm beautifully inside and outside, wonderfully, fearfully made. Embrace that all that happened in my past was for Kimmy. And that what out of Kimmy came to an insisting, an essence, a resilience that only God had mapped out for me. Embrace that it was for not just for me, but a purpose-driven life for you and you and you and someone else that I can share. That I didn't quit. I didn't accept a misdiagnosis. Even though I had to work very hard with a learning disability, I hold 2 degrees. Embrace that I'm one of the best case managers there is in the state of Maryland. Embrace that I'm getting ready to go into a supervisory position when I get back home. Embrace that I've learned to love and receive love. Embrace that God has my support system all mapped out for me. Embrace that nobody's outcome is not just for you, but it's for God. And God alone. Even if it's not a Cinderella outcome, it's for your life. It's for your good and for His glory. Accept and embrace.